two men walk out of the ancient world. 1. Nimrod, Black King of cities, builder of Babel, son of Cush. The other, Abraham, nomad turned patriarch, father of monotheism. But only one was allowed to rule the origin story. What we are witnessing is not just a difference in doctrine. It is a battle for authorship, a takeover of history itself. The Jewish historian Flavius Josephus, in Antiquities of the Jews, Book 1, Chapter 4, portrays Nimrod as a tyrant who led men to rebel against God. He claims Nimrod corrupted the people, forced cities into submission, and defied heaven through his tower. Yet Josephus also admits Nimrod unified territories, led advanced engineering projects, and commanded loyalty. So which is it? Was Nimrod a tyrant? Or was he simply a black king whose reign contradicted the emerging Hebrew narrative? Sigmund Freud, in Moses and Monotheism, pages 102-132, made a startling claim. Moses was not a Hebrew. He was an Egyptian priest of Akhenaten, trained in the solar cult of Aten. Freud argues that the laws of Moses mirror African theology. Monotheism emerged from Kemetic sun worship, not Sinai. Abraham's lineage was politically crafted to overwrite older, African-rooted systems. In other words, the shift from Nimrod to Abraham is not theological. It is theft disguised as prophecy. Eusebius, in Preparatio Evangelica in Book 9, reveals, Abraham received his earliest education in the temples and sciences of Chaldea, that is, the very city Nimrod built. So Abraham did not begin with divine revelation. He began with Nimrodian education, astronomy, agriculture, ethics, all rooted in Cushite and Sumerian systems. He later rejected those teachings and carried only fragments into Canaan. African historian Dr. John Henrik Clarke, in African People in World History, page 44, wrote, "The concept of a chosen people is a political myth. It justified conquest, enslavement, and the erasure of African civilizations from biblical memory. The pivot from Nimrod to Abraham was a shift from city to wilderness, from science to obedience, from black civilization to Hebrew exceptionalism. The Hebrew narrative succeeded by deleting its roots." Egyptologist Gerald Massey insisted, "What is now Hebrew prophecy was once African priesthood. The Garden of Eden, the Flood, Babel, all originate from Nile Valley cosmology." Ancient Egypt. Light of the World, Volume 2. The triumph of Abraham over Nimrod is not history. It is propaganda, recasting African builders as villains and their spiritual descendants as slaves. They said, "He is Nimrod." We say plagiarized from Lamoureux. They said, "He built Babel out of arrogance." But what if he built it out of memory? They said Abraham brought truth. But what if he only brought a fraction of what he was taught and burned the rest behind him? We swim in a mighty ocean of truth. The tides are rising. As the waves speak, Nigeria rejoice, Africa rejoice. Because Nigeria, the real Ethiopia, remembers.